I thought season 1 was juicy, like really juicy, but season 2, there's so many frustrations, so many parts where I've got so much to say. So as usual, guys, grab a tea, grab a coffee, let's talk about it.
2020 vision.
For the first few episodes, we sort of having in-between moments of being present and in the past. And when you first watch it, I found I was kind of confused, like struggling to almost keep track of like what's happening. I honestly don't think that that's the show's fault. When you really think about it, you start to progress in the series. It makes sense. And the first thing I can say that I find so frustrating is throughout the whole of season 1, we never properly see Belly and Conrad get together. Like you do at the end, but there's always that element of Jeremiah being in between them. Now I feel like this theme really does tie into the whole thing. You see Jeremiah's jealousy really comes into play very much so in season 2 and also going into season 3.
Bad news is the only kind that really can't wait.
So we start off season 2 with basically being in the present. Susanna's not dead. She's not with Conrad. And we're like, yo, we left season 1 where we left it. We're really happy that like Conrad and Belly got together. But now we start off season 2 and within the first 5 minutes, I think the whole audience is like, yo, what is going on? They're no longer together. We haven't even had one peaceful episode. So we sort of get flashbacks. She starts off in her school. She's reading the Hunger Games in French, which I think is also a really nice little Easter egg for what's to come in season 3. And as we start having these flashbacks, we start to see what actually unfolded as soon as they got together. Walking back from the beach after they've just had their kiss at the final scene in season 1. But then, as she's walking back, they're talking about it. It comes out that she also hooked up with Jeremiah.
I kissed him a few times.
You want to be with him?
Being with you is all I've ever wanted.
I was really worried. I was like, you know what, how is Conrad going to react? Because I mean, it's kind of really messed up actually, if you think about it. Like, she should never have kissed Jeremiah in the first place. Conrad's like, you know what, who do you want to land up with? She's like, it's only ever been you. But now we've got Jeremiah who's in his room, who still thinks that he's with Betty. And Jeremiah, straight off the bat, this reaction that shows in this episode is really enlightening as to what problems will unfold in the future of Bonrad.
You kissed my brother. Actually, it's cool. It's cool, I get it. You know, I was just a distraction to keep you busy while you waited for Conrad. I'm glad it finally happened for you, Belly. It's great timing. It's not like my mom has cancer or anything.
You're one of my best friends.
No. No, you don't get to call me that.
So he blows everything up out of proportion. I want to say, remember this scene. Remember this scene very clearly. Because I feel like the rot of Bonrad started with this. Belly knew that she could never be with Conrad without Jeremiah sort of loosening the grip on her. He had this manipulative hold over her, and so she could never really be with him. And that's why when they're on the beach later on in the episode, Belly talking to Conrad, and she's saying, you know what, I think we should hit pause.
I feel awful. I think maybe we should hit pause. I don't want to make things harder for you guys than they already are.
You're not.
She already now feels bad about Jeremiah. She feels like she can't move on. Until Jeremiah and Conrad had made up about Belly, Belly would not be able to be with Conrad. And I feel like that motive really just ties through the whole thing between season 1, 2, and 3.
My roommate, Tresky.
Oh, did he sleepwalk in his underwear again?
He's a 5G conspiracist.
So apparently, that guy...
Unlike Jeremiah, who uses Belly as a crutch, Conrad doesn't want to use her as a crutch. He opens up to her, but not in the sense that he is dependent on her. If he tells someone for the first time ever that he knows that his father had an affair, which he's never told anyone, he never even told Jeremiah. Their friendship and love just starts to grow. But even in these conversations, you can hear exactly how vulnerable he is, how deeply he is affected by the fact that his father had an affair and that his mom is dying of cancer. Like, he is still struggling with his panic attacks, which you see he has a panic attack at the beach when he finds out he gets into Stanford. Funeral, Belly walks in and he's with Aubrey when they seem to be getting worse when Susanna dies.
Conrad, what's going on, man? Conrad?
Season 2 overall, it's such a sad season. Like, if you thought season 1 was sad, season 2 is even worse. You obviously see Conrad going through the most, Jeremiah going through most, and Jeremiah, I'm sorry, this guy, like I said in the first episode, this guy is still a gaslighter. Like, he still gaslights everyone. You know what? I'm not okay. I'll just carry on talking about how much of a gaslighter this guy is. Like, he doesn't do any sort of growth, I find, in season 2.
It's great timing. It's not like my mom has cancer or anything.
Seriously?
Now I'm covered in dirt. It's 100 degrees outside, and if you would have just let me call AAA, they'd probably be here already.
When things aren't perfect, instead of trying to fix it,
He just decides to throw it away.
We finished the first episode with Conrad being missing, and we don't know where he is. The only thing we know is that he's not at Brown, which you find out once Belly decides to meet Jeremiah at Brown. She sneaks out the house. In the scene where they are driving together, you fully see the extremity of how much Jeremiah is so angry at Belly and Conrad for snaking him, even though he knew that Conrad had feelings for her. But you know what? That is just the theme that goes throughout the whole thing. Deep down, Jeremiah always knew Belly had strong feelings for Conrad and that he was always second place. You see him have a massive breakout with Belly about how she hasn't been there for him and how she cut him off, which I'm not denying she didn't. In another respect, like, he also told her to never see him again, kind of thing. So you know what can you really expect?
can you please get out?
It's also from this situation of where he is so angry with her that Belly's like, you know what, I really like hurt this guy. Even though his pain is targeted more at the fact that he lost his mom, but it's coming out in the form of anger towards Belly. I think from this moment onwards, she feels bad. Like, I don't think she could have even gotten back together with Conrad in this season, just purely because of Jeremiah and his response to the whole thing. Otherwise, he's just going to cut them off again, and she would not want to lose the friendship. So instead of just letting bygones be bygones, she lands up dating him.
I want you.
We then get one of my favorite scenes. It's sort of how they're tying the past into the present.
I can't believe you're here.
He's so sweet. Like, if you think about it, the drive from Brown's University to go and pick Belly up, I think it's about 4.5 hours. And then to drive from there to Cousins Beach, I think is also between 4 and 6 hours. So this guy drove basically the whole day to go and collect Belly for them to go to Cousins Beach together over Christmas. The only problem that I've got with the whole thing is that I feel like I can't feel it. I can't be happy because I know that they don't land up together. So even with all of these like scenes of like how cute the moments were together, there's always that thing at the back of your head being like, you know what? They don't land up together. It's really cute. I love it. I'm here for it. I feel like every time I see her with Jeremiah, I'm kind of feeling like not so great. Like, as you guys know, I'm not Team Jeremiah. If you didn't know, I'm not. I don't know if you could tell. She sees that there's snow, so then they go and run to the beach, because the beach is always like this common thread throughout the whole thing as well. I really do love the music in season 2, but when they were running on the beach and there's snow on the beach, perfect song would be Taylor Swift's Snow on the Beach. Like, I was like, you know what, this is it. They're lining it up for it. And it didn't play. They played Taylor Swift's Invisible String, which, you know what, it also works. It's a really cute song, which maybe Snow on the Beach wouldn't have been appropriate. Maybe it would have been too sad. And you know, the thing is, it's not even like that song wasn't released at the time. The song plays, I think, in the final episode. So they did include it. They just didn't include it when there's snow on the beach. We find out now that the Cousins Beach house is for sale. Susanna co-owned the house with her half-sister, Aunt Julia. Aunt Julia doesn't like the house just because of like the memories it brings back for her. But we get this first time when they're all back in the house. It's kind of the first time that everyone is back in the house after Susanna has now died. They're all trying to work out like how are they going to save the house.
Mama, yeah, you heard about me.
They decide they're going to go to, I think they call it the boardwalk. You get to see the true story of how Belly got Junior Mint, which Junior Mint is definitely also another Easter egg throughout the whole thing. Like, even in season 1, straight after Belly kisses Jeremiah, she wakes up and she's dreaming. She wakes up next to Jeremiah, who then changes to Conrad. She doesn't know which brother to choose. She grabs Junior Mint and she holds it. Like, one of the really kind of crucial moments in season 2 is when they go and play Shoot Your Shot, and it's Belly versus Conrad. Belly eventually wins by like 1 point. She gets to decide what prize she's going to take. Will she take another Junior Mint to get Junior Mint a friend? And she decides that she is going to get the giraffe.
You know what? I'll take the giraffe.
Now, the interesting thing with the giraffe, her choosing the giraffe, is exactly sort of the symbolism, she is going to choose Jeremiah to sort of hurt Conrad. And the interesting thing is, in this scene, Jeremiah is wearing kind of clothes that look comparable to the giraffe's colors. The other interesting thing is the choice of songs that they play for when Belly and Conrad are playing Shoot Your Shot. Katy Perry's song, Never Really Over. And I feel like that is exactly what's going on with their relationship. Like, their relationship is never really over. Belly has to take the Tower of Terror, and presumably both, it was either going to be Conrad or Belly who had to ride the Tower of Terror. Lo and behold, Jeremiah goes on the ride with her. And I feel like this ride is really crucial to the whole story as well. Jeremiah is not presumably scared of the ride. He holds her hand and he's like, you know what, I'm going to be there throughout everything. And I think Belly from that moment decided to look into Jeremiah's eyes and realize, you know what, instead of us like moving on and healing independently, let's just help each other. Let's become each other's crutches and they will heal together. Which is so toxic.
Oh, don't look so excited.
No.
So we also get sort of backstory as to what happened when they broke up. And now it is the night of the prom, and you can sort of see throughout like the moments leading up to this, the treatments are not working for Susanna, and Conrad is really starting to struggle. But it actually makes sense. Like the whole thing, if you understand Conrad's behavior and his character and what he's kind of going through, the fact that he will blame himself and not want to show weakness to anyone else, like you can understand what he's going through. If you're a person who's ever had panic attacks, like everyone would be like, you know what, he was an asshole at this prom. And I'm not saying he wasn't, but if you understand a person who is emotional like that, who has had panic attacks, I can fully understand what this person is going through. Like he is on the dance floor and he's saying, can we go outside and talk? Like he is probably starting to build up to like a panic attack level. That the first thing that you try to do is you sort of push everything out. You want to get outside, you want to just break away from everything. And I feel like that is exactly what's happening with him.
I'm sorry.
Please don't shut me out.
I feel like I just keep disappointing you.
You haven't.
I don't believe his intentions were to break up. I just think he needed some space and he got really overwhelmed.
Oh, hey.
Belly walks in to see Conrad with Aubrey, the ex, so she overreacts and this whole thing, this really awkward moment unfolds. But the interesting thing is, from this scene, Belly falls again. Like, Belly just falls throughout the whole thing. You notice that the first thing Conrad does is he always tries to help her up. Like, no matter what she said, no matter how hurtful things are, if she falls, he is still trying to pick her up. She needs to find herself, but she obviously can't do that if she chooses Jeremiah, which she does at the end of season 2. But they go back to the house, they have the party.
This is 100% your look, Connie baby.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay.
2, 1, cheese!
And the one pinnacle moment, she goes to the beach. But in this moment, you can see Conrad says he loved her. He doesn't say he loves her. He knew himself. He didn't want to start dating her at that moment. He needed to go for self-development. He needed to heal himself first before he could act on another relationship. But from that moment, after this house party, after it comes out that the house is going to be saved, you can see that Conrad, he just wants to be friends. Like, I think that is such a good move.
I don't ever want to hurt you again.
Prince.
We're friends.
He knows that if he gets together with Belly again, he's just going to, unfortunately, be the same person. But I certainly didn't want her to get together with Jeremiah. Like, she should have not gotten together with Jeremiah.
Conrad, oh. Please don't stop. I'm clearly the one who is interrupting you.
And he, unfortunately, walks in on Jeremiah and Belly not only kissing, but kissing on his car at his university. I mean, this poor guy. I don't understand how you can be Team Jeremiah with this guy. Like, this poor guy. I mean, Conrad goes through the most with this whole situation. Like, Belly is so wrong for even kissing Jeremiah. Like, especially a month after they were together and the tensions that have been building up. She should never have kissed him. She should never have gone with Jeremiah. I honestly don't believe she felt anything really serious for Jeremiah. You sort of have the ending of season 2 with her lying in the bed and you've got Jeremiah on the one side and you've got Conrad on her right side. You can sort of see it catching up to Conrad about how deeply upset he is about the whole situation. And Jeremiah can see this vulnerability and he can see how much he cares for her. And yet Jeremiah is still like, you know what, I care about me. I'm sorry that you had to see it, but like, I'm gonna move on with her.
You still love her, Con.
Yeah. I do.
If you're what she needs, then I won't get in the way again.
Conrad is lying on her right side, like he is the right guy for her, and you can see Jeremiah, he's in the dark, he's lying, he's covered by this like shadow, but Conrad is illuminated, like he has got such a warmth to him in the shot, like the cinematography for this scene, and like throughout the whole of season 2 as it was in season 1, really good. She still chooses Jeremiah at the end of this, and she decides to choose Jeremiah. Conrad is the one who puts the house back together. He paints the walls again. He really deeply cares for this house. Jeremiah doesn't care at all about how the house gets put back together. Like, he just kind of moves on and he's like, you know what, someone else will do it. Like, that's kind of his character. At the end of season 2, I am just so frustrated. I don't understand why she had to go with Jeremiah. Like, I think, honestly, they could have resolved their issues and they could have just left it there. She could have just left it there and they could have remained friends. But no. She had to go and date Jeremiah 1 month after she split with Conrad. I still stand by the fact that Jeremiah has got huge issues. He is still so jealous of his brother and he will just try and knife his brother in every possible way.